and we are live for the first time in a bit. This is John for MTG Nexus coming at you with some Boros burn in Modern. As a friendly reminder, if you like burn content and lightning bolt content in general, please consider subscribing to the channel, as we aim to be the most informative lightning bolt red base channel for Modern on YouTube and Twitch. So we are finishing up a league that I started with Bosseidon's latest 5.0 list. Notable things that I discussed in the video on YouTube today was 61 cards in the main deck, kind of splitting the difference between 19 and 20 lands by playing a 20th land and a 61 card. One of Grim Lavamancer in the main, and everything else in the main deck in terms of spells is a 4 of. You have 6 Canopy lands, which is kind of offset by the helixes, so even though you're taking maybe a good bit more damage from your land base, you do have the 4 helixes to kind of recover a little bit of your life total. Sideboard, obviously we have a Lurrus of the Dream Den, so you're running with 14 sideboard slots. 3 surgical extractions are the one notable difference from normal versions. This is a hard target graveyard spell for Uro and Creeping Chill specifically. Those are the cards he feels are important in the meta in regards to graveyard-based interaction. So therefore, no relics, no lanterns, no Tormod's crypts, just cards that can take out the card that beats you, pretty much. So, that said, that's kind of Poseidon's take on the list. Beyond that, not a whole lot fancy here. No Incinerator in this build, just good, clean Lurrus burn. And we are already 2 matches into the league and have gone 1-1. Both went to 3 games. If you want to check that out on the YouTube channel, the link is down below. Or if you're on YouTube watching this later, it is already posted. It was burn and black, white Eldrazi and Taxes, featuring Stoneforge Mystic and a whole bunch of equipment we can't beat, in addition to Core Firewalkers? Yeah, they had Core Firewalkers. So they were definitely targeting Burn and Prowess with their sideboard cards, as well as the fact that they had Shadow Spear in addition to the Core Firewalkers that we at least saw 2 of in one of the post-board games. So, lots of respect for the red deck. Lots of respect. So, alright, sand is reasonable. We're on the draw, which does kind of suck a little bit. And we do have multiple copies of Riftbolt, which can be awkward. Lavamancer also can be awkward a little bit here. So, we shall see how this goes. Let's see what our opponent does here. Kind of feels like they're setting us up for some type of removal spell. Fetching with this is awkward because if we're going to play a long game, we definitely want the second white source, but we also might be taking quite a bit of damage from our spells if this Eidolon sticks. Still think, all things considered, that I want to grab a Sacred Foundry, though there's no necessarily guarantee. Some consideration to run out Lavamancer here, because I have a feeling whatever we play here is just going to die, but such is life. Bloodghast. So, Crabvine? Maybe some type of black-white-ish control pile with, like, Bloodghast is some type of value card for like a Collective Brutality discard or something. Alright, so that makes life a little bit simpler. I probably actually don't want to play my Eidolon first, although in some ways I do, because this kind of incentivizes them to kill my Goblin Guide here in response if they want the free land. Apparently they're just going to take the hit. Is this just Dredge with a terrible keep? Okay, feel like I'm gonna get Lava Axed, Lightning Axed. I have no idea what's going on right now. Okay. Whatever. I have no idea what's going on here with this pile. Just Mardu things and stuff. Dot hand. Let's just kill them before they figure out what the heck they're doing. Okay. Sorin? Flying and lifelink. Okay, whoever had Mardu Vampires wins a prize. What that prize is, I don't know, because I don't think anybody had Mardu Vampires. Chancellor of... Okay. So we saw Silversmith Ghoul, Chancellor of the Dross, Bloodghast, Lightning Helix. So Mardu Lightning Helix Vampires? That's a mouthful. Not sure what cards are good, what cards are bad in this matchup. It's not on my sideboard guide at any time in my history. I think we board out a couple Eidolons, board in a couple Paths. We don't know if they're actually a graveyard-based deck. So I really can't board in the Surgicals. I don't know. Another reasonable hand. Fortunately, I suspect whatever our opponent's doing is... Oh dear. So we're getting Lightning Helix to start the game. Cool. I thought Creeping Chill was obnoxious. Really? Okay. Hide Seek. That's not one you see every day. Brutality incoming? Yep, feels like a brutality. It'll be hard to win this one. This is basically how much life gain can I shove in my deck. It's a vampire. So if I have Saurian, we're basically skewered. No pun intended. Lightning Helix the face. Okay. Let's go ahead and block here. Buys us a little bit of time. Don't know that we're winning this game, but we'll give it the old college try. They have clinged at us, too? Half expecting that. Okay, Blood Gas, back for another round. Sure? Just gonna helix them to stay alive. That's a whole lot of life gain going on right there. I guess we get back Goblin Guide. Going to 4 probably isn't a whole lot different than going to 3. Or sorry, going to 5. Probably not a whole lot different than going to 4. Hide Seek. I mean, it's a life gain card, but it really doesn't do a whole lot. Spying Helix do any target? Yep. Okie dokie. So I presume we have to kill Lurrus here, right? Yep. Yep, we're just dead. Because I can crack, but then I still gotta take damage and we're dead. Because that is more than enough lands to cast Spying Helix. I think it's just possible these Eidolons are terrible. Is Surgical Extraction worth it against the deck that's trying to Lightning Helix us to death? Don't think so. Core Firewalker could like help swing the race, but most of their spells are still black. So kind of a weird situation where we're getting helixed and helixed and helixed. Sure, we'll keep his hand. Got a Skull Crack, got some stuff to do. Now we have the really awkward, I can't cast a spell with my Monastery Swift Spear in case we get helixed or brutality'd. Like playing a game of chicken with the lifegain.deck deck. Well, you've got to play your brutality. We're going to lose our Boros Charm. Let's see what we trigger first. Bloodghast. 8. Sure. Oh, they're bloodghast. Wow. Got a concession. Interesting deck our opponent had. Very interesting deck. So the problem I can see with the deck they were playing is it didn't have any early plays, really. 1, 2, 4 lands against a Urion deck. Yeah, we're mulliganing here. This hand's pretty good. Put back, I guess, Lava Spike. Please don't tell me we're up against a Soul Rider deck. Feels like Soul Rider. Yep. Well, still could be Soul Rider. Could also be Titan Vial. Nope, just looks like... Well, could still be either deck. Oh. Okay then. You kept one lander. Nine. Yeah, I'm not playing the Eidolon here. Eidolon only causes us issues. Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Sure. I could have Force of Negation. Consideration. I'll play the Eidolon now since we didn't draw the lethal burn spell. See if our opponent chooses to path us finally. Or Ephemerate. They're more likely to be an Ephemerate deck, I guess, than they are necessarily on that many paths in the main deck. Okay, we know they have a Codal on hand. Why wouldn't you trigger... whatever. Soulherder? Sure. Okay, deck. Now it's not the time to be flooding. Okay, just pass here. I have no reason to take a game action. Trigger, Helix in response. Should 1. So now, even if you have Force of Negation, you're just dead to my bolt because you can't cast it. Getting value off an Eidolon in a Vile matchup feels pretty good. Going to 4, huh? I guess they could Violent Fencer? Is that what they're trying to set up? Certainly they could be representing is Venser. Court of Calling for 2. Okay. That's adorable. By adorable, I mean complete total bullshit that if we don't top deck Boros Charm this turn, we're just dead. Puts them to 5. Puts them to 2. They have anything, we're just dead here. Yeah, I should have attacked. Curious what the 4-drop is, though. Are they playing prime time, too, in this pile? Or are they just planning on setting up for Urion? I have no idea what's about to come out of this vial. Kiki Jiki. How about if I hit a no button? Should have just bolted that main phase. So 4-color. I have no idea what's going on over there. Definitely want the paths, definitely want the blazes. Could go down the Eidolons because they're terrible. Down Boros Charm, I guess. Could be just up against 4-color Soulherder. So our lands might be getting blown up on top of everything else. That's reasonable. Raise Cull, sure. Trigger, Ether Vial, fetching. Okay, so we're obviously getting pathed here. So, effectively, Goblin Guy did 4 damage. Not the most damage efficient play, but among the more efficient plays we could make. So we definitely want to kill them before they can. Sure. Like Vista. Sure. Trying to represent here Ephemerate. Such a weird game. With Skullcrack backup. How about if I say no? What would you even go get? Burrington Forge Tender? Feels like that was a desperation Burrington Forge Tender. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four lands, Goblin Guide, double Boros Charm. Don't think we can keep this hand. This hand seems okay. Obviously, a Mana Dork on 1's not ideal for us, but without a way to answer it, we just kind of have to go aggro to the walls. And they get a fairly pain-free mana base this game. It's unfortunate for us. Okay, so that was their draw for the turn, I guess. Okay, Mana Dork, Mana Dork. Right on time, Grim Lavamancer, right on time. Path to Exile. Confirmed. It's a shame you didn't know about this Grim Lavamancer that I'm playing. Not that it's going to be able to control a lot of your board, but could do some damage. Force them to use their Forge Tender if they have one. Okay, it doesn't look like they have one. Triggers. Ephemerate's unfortunate, but kind of whatever here. Turn. Hopefully you don't have whatchamacallit, but I think if you had Charming Prince you would have played it last turn. Or I could just... okay, there's still another coil on Oracle. I'm perfectly fine with that card coming down. Two damage would get through... no damage would get through. So, barring life gain, we do have access to lethal next turn, potentially, without having to resolve combat damage. But once again, they have quite a bit of stuff at their disposal. They have Stomping Ground. Okay. Hopefully they're just casting Yuri on here. On with Ephemerate up. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay. So you're not playing that untapped. Alright, that's a nice this resolves, they're just dead, right? Guess they Desperation Ephemerate here. Guess Ephemerate doesn't do anything here, huh? Because Coiling Oracle only puts it into play if it's a land. So, been a weird league, but I'm not going to complain all the same. Okay, our opponent must have just gotten in under the gun there. Select to play first. Wow. Almost feel like she should be playing a Death Shadow in this hand. Growth Spiral, sure. Some type of Temur Rec deck, or some type of Reclamation control deck. I'm curious who deals themselves more damage this game, me or my opponent. Alright, land got a little less painful here. Triggers, basic forest. Why would you play the land? I do know some... I don't know, whatever. Guess they need more islands, so hence why they're playing islands here. Teferi. This will definitely incentivize them to cast their Growth Spiral. Yep. Not a concession? No, that's unfortunate. Cryptic Command, maybe? Oh dear. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So Bant, I'm probably smelling an Uro, so we probably want the surgical extractions to try them out at least. Grim isn't great in a matchup like that, especially with Teferi Time Raveler. And probably turn a couple of Rift Bolts against a Teferi Time Raveler deck. That was a hand. That was a hand, was a hand, was a hand. Yeah. We got the anti-Lurrus tech, skull crack, and the surgical extraction, so... The Eidolons are out to party in this matchup. Trigger. Misty Reinforced. We like to party. Okay. Interesting decisions here. Playing this pre-combat. So it looks like it's going to be Uro timing next turn. Or possibly timely reinforcements, I suppose. Timely reinforcements would be unfortunate. Is it Uro time or Titan time? Timely reinforcements time. Okay, cool. Got a 19. Guess we should have hold up Skullcrack. Goblin Gun and Eidolon does whatever an Eidolon does. Okay, what are they trying to set up here? I'm curious. Teferi would be mildly annoying. It's Uro time. They don't want to take no damage, though. They don't. Okay. Surgical extraction. So their hand is a whole lot of nothing but Mystic Sanctuaries. 2, 3, 4. Let's take a screenshot. Save. Okie. Artichoke. So our opponent's trying to set up Teferi plus timely reinforcements, it looks like here. It's going to do a pretty good job on us, unfortunately. the thing. They're just going to vertically supreme. Sure. Do the thing. How many they chose not to there. Interesting. When we're down in Houston, we were putting on a show. The cowboy in the back stand up and yelled, "Hot, hot, Joe." Awkward. Looks like they get to timely reinforcements again. Go up to 12. So I can put myself to 10 and then 7, so they'd fetch. Yeah, I guess we're kind of dead here. It's going to go face. So I think they get to double timely next turn, which is kind of disgusting. Depending on how many Mystic Sanctuaries they have access to. Yep, there's one. Yep, they get to go to 9. Yep. Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Really hard to beat the card timely reinforcements over and over again. Alright. So how many? 2 copies of timely reinforcements. 3 Teferi Time Ravelers. 4 Path to Exile, some Celestial Purges, a whole lot of Ether Gusting. So suffice to say, they're ready for the matchup. Still don't think we change how we're sideboarding here. Funny part is we would have loved to have surgically extracted that timely reinforcements, but, you know, cards, they matter. Guess I'd like to play first. Show you my Lurrus. Pretty reasonable hand overall. Can we kill them on turn 3? Maybe? Obviously not likely through resistance, but certainly a hand that has the potential of a turn 2 or turn 3 or 4 kill. Early interaction on 1 is path. We would have to take a bunch of damage to do that. Nine. Nine plus 5 plus 4. So we have lethal. Potentially. See if Bolt gets anything out of their hand. So your interaction this turn is Path to Exile. Okay. Actually, I guess the damage is the same regardless, so I guess we just gotta hope you don't have anything beyond that. If timely, we're in trouble. Looks like it's timely. Of course they do. I hate this card. So dumb. Sure. Guess let's start by sacrificing. Let's see what we draw. Those would be some magic cards. I'm going to surgically extract that because I'm curious what's going on over there. Uro to Fairy, Growth Spiral. Yeah, that's a hand I don't think we can ever beat. Looks like they brought in a Dovin's Veto. Did they? Hands Growth Spiral to Fairy and Uro. Yeah, we're kind of skewered here. So they get to go to 8 next turn. Do they? Yeah, because they have the green source right there. No other land, though. On to 12. So you drew a Force of Negation. Delightful. Nope. Add. Both in hand already. This does cut off some amount of our spells. Do 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 do. So what they pitch to that Force of Negation anyway? Growth Spiral. So their hand is to Fairy and 1 unknown. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be the 5th one for Uro, but they don't have enough mana to do it. Third Surgical would be great here. Obviously we can't draw a Boros Charm, and Boros Charm is the only card in our deck that would be lethal. Although, Skullcrack would be a good draw. That is not particularly useful here. This is like the worst draw on our deck. Sure. Cool. Anyways, be back in a sec with, or not, I guess this isn't back in a sec with the wrap up. So, we went 3-2. Finally played against a Uro pile and lost, unfortunately. Surgicals are pretty decent there. Don't know it completely solves the matchup problem. But beyond that, we played some weird matchups. We played against like Mardu Lightning Helix Vampires. We played against 4-color Soulherder. We played against Bant Uro pile, in addition to the Black-White Eldrazian taxes and Burn Mirror we played this morning, so kind of hard to get a gauge. I mean, all those decks are kind of part of the meta other than Lightning Helix Vampires deck. That was the curious one, but, so. Anywho, unfortunate to drop the potential 4-1 to Uro pile, but it is one of the best decks in the format for a reason. And as you kind of saw from their thing here, multiple timely reinforcements, multiple Teferi Time Ravelers, multiple Force of Negations, Elder Gargaroth, Celestial Purges, 4 Ether Gusts. They're plenty ready for the matchup. So, yeah. But, anywho, just wanted to do a quick stream, get back into the swing of things a little bit here. This has been John for MTG Nexus, both here on Twitch and on the YouTubes.